Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Jackson and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is your baby boy's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The corrections and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we use is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Jackson is going to be a very big, strong boy, and we want you to feel comfortable being able to control him as he grows. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done, and he's sitting on his blankie so his little butt doesn't get cold, because it's a little chilly out here today. So all of our training is done on the left. He's sitting at Rich's left in heel position, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the exercise to heel, which means to walk nicely at your left without pulling you or dragging you, and incorporated into that exercise is an automatic sit. So the command is Jackson heel, and at this point Jackson has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when walking, not forging ahead, not dropping his head, staying right next to you when you're going for a walk. And when you stop to cross traffic or talk to someone, he sits automatically to wait for his next command. And I'll tell you, for an uncoordinated puppy Great Dane, he's doing a great job at this. He has more coordination than I've seen in a Great Dane puppy in a long time. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. So it's the one-word firm command to stay. I'm sorry about the background noise. That has nothing to do with us. Somebody's blowing leaves or something. Your long sit-stay when you're practicing at home, you're going to start out at about 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him, returning back to the heel position right where they started. He gives Jackson praise for a good job, and they take off heeling again. It's next to impossible for us to do videos of these giant breeds indoors, so we try to make everyone, including the dog, as comfortable as possible when we're working with them outside in cold weather. Rich leaves him in another sit-stay, and I want you to know that your sit-stays and your down-stays are commands that help to develop self-control and focus. So they're really important to practice, and you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. Now this time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. The command is Jackson come, happy voice. He should come right in front of you and sit facing your knees. We're trying to eliminate any chance of him wanting to jump on someone for attention, because he is going to be so large, it's going to be frightening to others. So we want to make sure that when you approach a person that he sits nicely, and that when he comes to you, he also sits nicely. He's doing great heeling. If Rich turns, he turns. When Rich stops, he sits very nicely. He really looks like a big boy the way he's doing his commands today. It's really nice to see. And even when you are going to call him out of an exercise, make him hold it. Keep him increasing the length of time. Rich calls him in. He comes in and sits. Then he returns to heel position and sits again. Very nicely done. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands, and that's really why we brought the blanket out here, because he's a short-coated dog and has no hair on his belly. So Rich is going to have him sit. He's going to use his left open palm straight down toward the ground on the one-word command to down and stay. Now your sit stays and your down stays, again, practice right in the house. You don't have to go out in the cold. The down command, your ultimate goal is 5 minutes. So start out at about a minute, minute and a half, and work up every day. When Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him, returning all the way back to heel position, back where they started. And he tells him to heel, and Jackson gets up and walks right along beside him. He's such a cute guy. And he's already getting a little protective. We had some people here today to see the school, and he let them know this is his school. So you're down, stay. And you walk out to the end of your leash and you face the dog, and with time you're going to be able to drop the leash, walk away. This time Rich will call him out of that down stay. He's so cute. And then he goes all the way back to heel and back sitting. Nice job, buddy. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is going to be your down from a distance. This is a little bit harder command because you're not right next to the dog. So he's got to think on his own. So you're going to have him sit. You're going to leave him in a stay. You're going to turn to face him. You don't necessarily have to go out the full 6 feet. And Rich gives him the down command from a distance. And you can see immediately his body language. He knew that he was going to do it. He's just, Great Danes are never quick about doing obedience. So we have demonstrated for you all of your formal on-leash obedience commands that Jackson has been taught while he's been with us here at school. We've enjoyed every minute of having him, and we have a lot to go over with you when we come to pick him up. We're going to miss him when you take him home, and we hope he comes to visit often. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.